What if the truth you've been running from finally catches you? The Blood of My Blood episode 10 trailer isn't just a glimpse into the finale, it's a warning. Love is turning into rebellion, loyalty into betrayal, and every promise made in the shadows is about to explode in the light. One thing's for sure, not everyone will make it out alive. The trailer begins not with war, but with silence, the kind that feels dangerous. A single candle flickers beside Ellen Fraser's reflection, her wedding dress glowing white against the cold stone walls. She looks calm, but her eyes tell a different story. She's not a bride waiting for love. She's a prisoner preparing for her final act. Malcolm Grant stands in the distance, his face unreadable, his hands trembling with anger disguised as devotion. For episodes, he's been the image of control, powerful, respected, calm. But in this trailer, that calm is gone. He knows Ellen's heart belongs to another man, and that knowledge is destroying him from the inside. His love has curdled into something far more dangerous, possession. Meanwhile, Brian Fraser is done hiding. The man who once bowed before fate is now ready to fight it. In the trailer's quick flashes, we see him riding through the night, his horse tearing across the moors like a ghost set free. The air is thick with fog, the wind howling, and the echo of his heartbeat becomes the rhythm of war. He's not just coming for Ellen, he's coming for redemption. The whispers of rebellion are everywhere. The Highlands are restless. The fallen banner from episode 9 has become a symbol of something greater, a world ready to burn. Colin Mackenzie, Ellen's brother, sits at the center of it all, calm and cold as ever. His words in the trailer sting like a curse. She chose love over blood. Now blood must answer blood. That single line sets the tone for everything that's coming. But beneath all the fury and politics, this finale is still about hearts breaking quietly in the dark. We see a glimpse of Ellen, standing before her mirror, whispering something we can't quite hear. A tear rolls down her cheek, and she lifts her chin, not as a woman giving up, but as one making her last stand. It's not sadness we see in her now. It's resolve. And then comes the sound, the faint echo of horses in the distance. Ellen's breath catches. The music swells. In that moment, every fan knows Brian is near. The finale isn't just about who wins. It's about who dares to fight for love in a world built on fear. The trailer's pacing quickens, flashes of soldiers arming themselves, column giving orders, the sound of a wedding bell mixing with the drum beats of an approaching army. Every frame feels heavier than the last. You can feel the storm tightening around these characters, closing in until escape becomes impossible. But then, just before the chaos reaches its peak, there's a quiet shot of Henry and Julia, hiding in the shadows, whispering plans to escape with their child. It's the softest part of the trailer, but somehow the most painful. Julia's face is calm, but her eyes reveal the truth. She's preparing to lose something she can never replace. The prophecy about their son still hangs between them like a blade, and in this finale, it seems that prophecy might finally come true. Every second of this trailer is a ticking clock. Every heartbeat feels like it's leading to something unstoppable. The lines between love and war, family and fate, life and death, they're about to blur completely. And as the screen fades to black, we hear a voice, maybe Brian's, maybe Ellen's, whisper, "If love is my sin, then let blood be my forgiveness." The trailer shifts its tone. The gentle rhythm of heartbreak turns into the pounding of war drums. What started as a love story is now a race against fate. The camera cuts sharply between chaos and quiet, between the thunder of hooves and the trembling breath of those waiting to be saved. We see Ellen being led down the aisle. The wedding hall glows with candlelight, but the air feels colder than stone. The guests are smiling, yet there's a tension you can almost taste. Everyone knows something isn't right. Ellen's steps are slow, hesitant. Every footfall feels like a countdown to disaster. Beneath her veil, she's not crying, she's thinking. Every movement, every glance, is part of a plan only she understands. Malcolm Grant watches her approach, his expression carved from pride and pain. His voice in the trailer breaks the silence. You will be mine, Ellen, by choice or by blood. It's not a promise, it's a threat. And for the first time, we see the true nature of his love, desperate, broken, and cruel. The next scene moves with brutal speed. A door slams open, a gust of wind blows out the candles, and the room descends into chaos. The camera catches glimpses, steel flashing in torchlight, soldiers shouting, and a single cry echoing through the hall. "Brian!" He's come for her. The trailer explodes with sound. Swords clashing, tables overturned, people fleeing. Brian bursts through the crowd like a man possessed, his eyes locked on Ellen. Every step he takes feels impossible. Every strike he dodges looks like fate itself bending to let him pass. He's bleeding, bruised, outnumbered, but he doesn't care. He's come to end it, even if it means dying in her arms. Ellen lifts her veil, and for a brief moment, time freezes. The chaos fades, and we see what this story has always been about. Two people who refuse to give up on each other. Her whisper cuts through the noise. "You found me." He answers breathless. "I never stopped." Then the twist. A second bride appears. The trailer flashes to a figure in a wedding gown, face hidden behind a veil. The guards chase her through the courtyard as she's dragged away. But the question is she Ellen or a decoy? The screen blurs between the two brides, leaving us unsure who's truly free and who's still trapped. It's one of the most brilliant pieces of misdirection this show has ever used. The trailer's pace slows again, pulling us away from the wedding and back to the darkness of the woods. There, Henry and Julia are trying to escape under the cover of night. Julia holds her son tightly, her tears mixing with rain. Henry's voice trembles as he tells her, if we stay, he dies. If we leave, we lose everything. Her reply is barely a whisper. Then we lose everything together. But in one heartbreaking moment, the trailer reveals what she must do: leave her son behind. We see her kiss the child's forehead, her face illuminated by a single candle. She walks away slowly, every step echoing with the sound of goodbye. The scene fades with the faint cry of the baby in the background. The camera then cuts to Colum. Alone in his chamber, his rage has cooled into something far more dangerous: clarity. He orders his men to find Brian and Ellen, declaring that their love is a stain on their bloodline. His final words in the trailer are sharp and cold. "No Fraser will live to defy me again." That single line turns the personal into the political. This is no longer about family, it's about war. As the trailer nears its end, the pace rises again. Soldiers marching under blackened skies, banners snapping in the wind, thunder rolling through the hills. We see flashes of the Jacobite rebellion beginning to ignite. The narrator's voice, likely Brian, says, "The world is burning. If love must die with it, so be it." The final seconds of the trailer leave us trembling. Ellen, her face streaked with tears, looks over her shoulder as she disappears into the mist. The music fades to silence until one final note breaks it, the sound of a sword being drawn. The screen fades to black, and the words appear in white letters. This is where blood meets destiny. The meaning is clear. The finale will not just close their story. It will begin a war that reshapes every life connected to their names. The final part of the trailer opens like the calm before a storm, that kind of silence that carries the weight of something irreversible. The mist over the highlands rolls thick and cold, swallowing everything it touches. Through the fog, we see the silhouettes of two riders, Ellen and Brian, exhausted, wounded, but still moving. Every breath they take feels stolen, every heartbeat defiant. The world has turned against them. Yet here they are, still together, still running from the ghosts of their own blood. Brian's voice echoes in the background. "I've lost everything except her." It's not a cry of defeat, it's a declaration. This love, born in rebellion, will not die quietly. The trailer cuts sharply. Cullum's men storm through the woods, torches blazing, their shouts breaking through the night. The hunt is relentless. Over this chaos, Cullum's voice rings like a curse. Bring them back, dead or alive. It's the sound of vengeance, of pride wounded beyond repair. But beneath it, you can almost hear guilt, the guilt of a brother who knows his own cruelty has created this tragedy. We then see a haunting image. Ellen standing on the edge of a cliff, the ocean crashing below. The wind pulls at her gown, her hair wild in the storm. Brian stands behind her, torn between running and fighting. If we stay, he says, they'll find us. She turns to him, tears streaking her face, and answers, if we run, we'll never stop. That's when you realize this isn't a story about escape anymore. It's about acceptance. They're not fighting to survive. They're fighting to live free, even if it costs them everything. The trailer then cuts to Henry, alone, standing beside a carriage as soldiers march past. His son is gone. Julia has vanished. The prophecy that haunted their lives has come to pass. His eyes are hollow, his voice cold as he says, every father pays for the sins of his blood. This single line ties his story to Brian's, to Cullum's, to every man in this world bound by lineage and curse. It's a reminder that blood of my blood has never been just about love, it's about inheritance. The sins of one generation becoming the burden of the next. As the music deepens, the trailer unveils what fans have been waiting for, the rise of rebellion. The Jacobite banners are lifted once more. Soldiers gather under the dark skies of Scotland. A voice narrates over the scene, the king has fallen, but the blood of Scotland still beats. It's the birth of war, and it's clear that this battle will shape not just the future of clans, but the destiny of every Fraser that follows. Amidst this chaos, there's a flicker of light, a quiet scene. Ellen and Brian by a campfire, far from home, for one fleeting moment at peace. Brian reaches for her hand and says softly, if they find us tomorrow, promise me you'll live for both of us. She smiles through her tears, whispering back, then we'll have to make tomorrow never come. The firelight dances on their faces, two souls burning against the darkness. But peace in this world never lasts. The final moments of the trailer descend into madness. Soldiers shouting, thunder rolling, the sound of drums echoing through the battlefield. The screen flickers between shots. The Scottish flag torn by wind, Ellen screaming Brian's name, Cullum watching the horizon with dread, and a mysterious figure riding through smoke, face hidden beneath a hood. Then comes the voice that every Outlander fan will recognize, Claire Fraser. Her words drift through time itself. Blood remembers. Even when centuries pass, it calls us back. The music swells, blending the centuries, the world of Ellen and Brian fading into the familiar tones of Outlander's future. A hand reaches out through time, the screen flashes, and we see a glimpse of the present, a letter marked with the name Ellen Fraser. The trailer ends with a single, breath-stealing shot, blood dripping onto snow. A hand, trembling, touches it. Then the screen goes black. Over it, the final line appears. In every century, love bleeds, but blood endures. Silence follows, and in that silence, the meaning becomes clear. Blood of my blood isn't just ending a season. It's beginning a legend. The legacy of Ellen and Brian will ripple through time, shaping the world of Claire and Jamie and the generations still to come. The screen fades to the show's logo, Blood of My Blood, Episode 10, Season Finale. The music fades with the sound of distant thunder, the kind that promises the storm isn't over, it's only beginning.